It's always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot, woot. Hi, everyone. This is Julie from Patchworks, and I'm so excited that you're here to join us for another Must Sew TV here on this Thursday night. It's a little chilly, and it's the Thursday before Thanksgiving, and we have an action-packed program for you. We have really great fabric. We have 3 new projects to show you, and you are just going to be wanting to hop to your sewing room as soon as we have finished. So we have Tammy at the keyboard today and Frank behind the cameras. We'll be doing close-ups of the project behind me that you can't really see right now and show you all sorts of really, really great things. So let's just hop onto it. So for our Moda University, we have some fabric packs that our club members are able to select from that feature our new fabrics. And let's take a peek at the different selections we have to offer today. So the first one, oh, look at these really pretty colors here. So this is the contemporary stylings of Terrytown, which is a collection from Ruby Star Society. Look at that, it's so pretty, and look at those little turtles, they're so cute. Here we have a black and white collection that is featured from April Rosenthal's Midnight Magic 2. Oh, look at that. So, you know, Midnight Magic doesn't just have to be Halloween. It can be the black and white, and look at this great picture here. I think she even has a picture of this featuring black and white log cabin if you follow her on social media. In the center, we have an amazing traditional collection here. This is Hope Blooms, the latest collection from Kansas Troubles, and we'll be looking more at this collection in a little bit. We have, for our grunge selection this month, we have a theme selection that is red and green, just in time for your holiday sewing. And new this month, we've included the glitter grunge. Glitter, we love glitter. So you can see here the little bit of sparkle, not too much sparkle, but just enough. And that we have here. And it blends beautifully with our Home Sweet Holidays, which is a gorgeous collection by Deb Strain. This month we do not have a Color Builders selection. You will be seeing more Color Builders coming in future months. So I would like to start with our Home Sweet Holiday, and what we'll do is that we'll look at the full collection first, which is what I have behind me, and we'll look at the pre-cuts and the panels, and then we'll look at a really spectacular project. How does that sound? All right, so I'm just going to slide this down and get the fabric for us to look at. The Home Sweet Holidays I put right over here so that I had easy access to it. There are 32 fat quarters in this tower that I have available, and let's take a peek at the fabrics. If you tuned into us last month or last week, you might have seen some of these fabrics already, but I just thought we need to feature them since it's part of our featured Moda Club today. And if you like Deb Strain's art and you have some of her other truck fabrics, this does go really, really well with them, as well as her previous holiday collections that have the red and the black. So pretty. I just like these a lot. Oh, and last week I gave you some challenge questions, and we're going to do a drawing for that since I did not do one since our last video, but I want to share with you that buffalo check actually was named, as many of you helped us research that. There was don't have the full story in front of me, but a designer from the Woolrich company. He owned a herd of buffalo, and he designated this plaid as the buffalo check. And it is based on a tartan from Scottish times. How exciting is that? All right, so this is the beautiful collection. And we do have the panel with the black background available separately as well. I don't know if you can see this. It's a 24-inch repeat there with a large motif in the center and 4 smaller squares, 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. And so the colors go really well, but you can't necessarily see the whole piece. Here, you can see how that goes really nice. And those little motifs here, they can be cut to a 10.5 or 11-inch square beautifully to go in your project. We also have with this collection, we have the jelly roll and the 5 and 10-inch squares. We have a fat quarter tower, the half-yard tower if you need to have it all. A beautiful box kit, which features this train pattern. And so you are using the panel squares here, and then you're piecing in a train and you're piecing in presents and trees. It's a 50 by 66-inch finished size quilt, and the kit cost is $103.99. And then, which is super exciting, we made our very own kit, and I'll be showing that to you in just a moment. And that includes 12 fat quarters, a panel, and some borders. And Frank, can you hand me the extra camera? So I'm going to show you this gorgeous quilt, and maybe I'll have to back up here so that I can get to it. We need to figure out how we can show you all of the things. All right, so can you see it, Frank? I'm on an angle. Well, I was afraid this might happen, so I actually have a picture to show you, which is much more stunning. So Frank, we have a graphic picture saved. Can you pull that up? And you're showing the picture? Okay, perfect. So you can see there that it is this beautiful quilt. It is a pattern that we designed based on the homegrown project download, and it finishes 51 by 56. It features 12 fat quarters, 2 extra pieces of fabric, and the panel. 3 extra pieces of fabric, I apologize, 3 extra pieces of fabric. So it is absolutely exciting. I'm going to move away the fabrics in the back so I can show you how some of this goes together. And we had so much fun making this project. All right, so let's see. Let's take a peek here at this project. It is based on the homegrown pattern that's available as a free download from the Moda website. We reformatted it so that we included our quilt on the front and changed out some of the cutting instructions and assembly instructions here. Okay, but this is what it looks like on the Moda website, homegrown, so you can see it's slightly different here. So our center is different, and then we just changed out the fabrics for the outside. So there are a couple components to this. There is the block that is the top, bottom, and side, and that is made up of the star block here, and it's made with connector corners. And with the connector corners, it's important that you have left and rights. You will use your quick quarter ruler to draw a line from point to point, and then you can stitch. And so you want to make sure that you have lefts and rights so that they go together to make this star point. And what's very interesting here is that you'll see, rather than be a traditional flying goose point, you'll have this extra floating part of that star. Now in the center, if you had wanted to, you could do some fussy cutting. Our cutting instructions do not provide fussy cutting. They just have you cut a strip and then cut out that. But I could see, if you had wanted to, or if you even had a separate piece of fabric, that you did some separate fussy cutting. That could be very interesting. The only other element that we had in this particular quilt was the half square triangle unit. And the half square triangle, we took our 2 squares, used our handy dandy quick quarter ruler, and with the quick quarter ruler, on this case, you actually are drawing on either side, sewing on either side, cutting them apart, opening them, and then trimming them accordingly. And those make up the 4 patches of half square triangles. And so Frank, if we look behind us, I think we can see here on the quilt, you can see the 4 patches of the half square triangles. And the element that you want to make sure that you do is that you have the lights always facing in one direction, so that as you're moving them around, you can get this element of design. And then here is the star that we had talked about that you make 4 of. So it goes together pretty quickly. You cut up that panel, frame it out, put some fun borders on it, quilt it, and it will be ready for you in no time at all. Anyone have any questions? So the kit to make the quilt, just as we have here, is $79.99. It makes a 51 by 56 inch quilt. You would want 3.5 yards to back it. It also would be appropriate to use a cuddle on the back side, as it would, the 60-inch wide cuddle would be wide enough. So if you wanted to use cuddle, you would get just shy of 2 yards for your backing. Oh, I just was informed that this particular kit is not on the website yet. So if you would like to comment on it until we get it on the website, we do have a limited number of them. Please comment below to make sure we set one aside for you right away. And then tonight we'll make sure to put it on right away for you so that you have the opportunity to buy it. But we want to make sure that no one gets left out, because these things go super quick. And I know our Yuletide gatherings panel quilt went super quick. So we want to make sure, if you're seeing it and watching it live and want to get your hands on one, let us know right away. Thank you so much, Tammy, for letting us know that. Our next fabric line that we are going to look at is the Kansas Troubles. So I am going to bring my board back out to share with you. So I will be right back. And here I am. Da-da-da. Did you miss me? The Hope Blooms is a large 40 skew line from Kansas Troubles. And let's take a peek at the fabric. The thing I love about Kansas Troubles is that it just all goes together. And that is awesome, because we were talking in the shop the other day how nice it is when you can rely on a designer's particular look, that their fabrics just go so well. And we have been out of backgrounds like this for a while, so it is just awesome to see here. And so this is that caramel that is so luscious. Let's go backwards. Ooh, I'm going to be fancy. I'm going to go this way and that way. Let's see if I can make it happen. So it goes from the caramel into this rusty color. We're going to have the pop of green. With a little bit of, oh, what do we want to call this one? I should probably look at a color chart that they have. So that one would be called a maybe a grape, and this is a maroon. I like giving things names in case if you hadn't noticed. And then the blue. Love the blue. And then hopping into, this is a dark blue, and then here, this is black. So she really, really, really made sure that she incorporated a lot of the colors that she's had over the years, and I really love that. So if you have a Kansas Trouble stash at home, this collection will go beautifully. We do have the half-yard towers. Isn't this amazing? Oh, it just is great, and they did such a great job folding this. And then we have the fat quarter tower. And so when the fat quarter tower, it doesn't look like it has 40 because we weave them, right? Okay. You have layer cake and jelly, and charm pack and jelly roll. And then this one has a box kit as well. Let me set this aside so you can see that. So the box kit has enough fabric to make this quilt and the table runner. So the finished quilt size is 66 square. The table runner is 22 by 46. You have the melon template here, and it is the template for use with the seedlings charm pack. So you can see here, really nice. I love that we have the template there, and on the template there is even the non-skid on the back, so very nice. And if you had wanted to use this leaf for other things, you could even make 2 different size leaves, or if you're using this with fusible web, you can have that shape right there so you can cut out if you didn't want to have fusible on the back side of everything. Okay. You have the pattern, which has, this is layer cake friendly. So you have the layer cake folded up in here, and then you have some yardage, all shrink wrapped. So you have everything for the top and binding for both projects. So that's the background, inner border, second border, outer border. And this kit retails for $159.99. Now I'm not just going to talk about this. Heidi went ahead and put together this table runner. So let's see if you can see it right in front of us. Can you see the whole table runner? Can you see it? Okay. So you can see this is a really nice size. And the fun thing about this is that Heidi made this using a fat eighth pack and then added the background and border. So in the petal here, I'm going to share with you, let's look overhead at the petal here. So Angie quilted this up, and she did an all-over quilt design, which was amazing. Just did a little stipple here. And you can see here that for the applique, we have a raw edge applique. Did a straight stitch here with a neutral thread, both in the center and the petals. If you had wanted to, and you would do quilting that would not be edge to edge, you could even go ahead and rag these edges with your fingernail or a little wire brush and have it look a little bit more rustic in there. You can see the fabrics that we used. Did I misspeak? No, we did. We used this. So we had this and this here, and then we did right there. So this is not a free pattern, but you would be able to use the insides here from your fat eighth pack. Just get a background and borders. If you wanted, and then this particular fat eighth was all of your points here. If you had wanted to, I could imagine that you could even change out so that you'd have a petal and different color block all the way around, okay, for each of the 3 different blocks. For this particular quilt, I want to share with you, I had said the petals and the centers were done with applique. So Heidi went ahead and traced on, we used the Steam-A-Seam Light. There was a paper here to use. And then, so you fuse that on, cut it out, and then if you've never used it before, the thing that's really nice about the Steam-A-Seam is that after you pull back, there's a light tack, okay? So before you even fuse it to anything, it has that temporary adhesive that you can temporarily position it while you decide where you want it to be, okay? So that's why we like Steam-A-Seam Light. This is Hope Blooms, and we have a question.
Is the pattern available separately?
So the question is the pattern available separately? Frank, do we have any separate patterns available in stock right now? So Frank, so it is a separate pattern. I don't know that we have it available in stock separately. At the instant, we absolutely can get the pattern available separately. And my guess is that this is a $10 pattern. So it is Blooms. So Frank's looking it up right now just to see what the stock status is. And thank you, that was an excellent question. So typically the box patterns that we can get available separately, and we typically do. It's just a question, do we have it in stock at the instant? So while we're looking that up, I think we should ask a question today. So our question that we're going to start with is, what is the name of the Kansas Trouble fabric designer? That's a good trivia question. So she has been with Moda for a very long time. She has her shop and Retreat Center in Kansas. So what is her name? And I'm not looking for Kansas Troubles. I'm looking for what is her first name, which I don't think I've told you. Frank, did I tell them already? Frank doesn't know. So, all right. So, and Frank, what was the answer on the blooms pattern? Is it available? Oh, he's shaking his head. It is not available. So we would be able, we have several in stock. It's a $10 pattern, Frank? It's $10, so. All right, so the next fabric collection I want to share with you, and this one we don't have as a, I'm hopping to one that we didn't have a fat eighth pack. This is a late arrival, and I just wanted to share with you. This is Nocturnal by Gingerbread. So you might be seeing it as a fat eighth pack in future months. However, I wanted to share with you the gorgeous fabric that came in because it's super springy and super beautiful, and you might have been seeing some of it on social media, so had to let you see it right away. Let's take a look at the fabric here. So this one here, oh, so Gingerbread here, she has this really interesting stylings here. I think it's an arts and crafts style. And you see that symmetry and design here. And then she has some her animals that are super cute in there. We got in, I believe, half a line in yardage. We do have some manufacturer bundles in both the fat eighth and fat quarter. And then of the pieces that we have 19 pieces in these towers that we've created. Gorgeous. I don't know if I like the light or the dark better, but it is definitely a pretty piece of fabric here. It also comes with panels, and we have the pre-cuts. So I'm just bringing over the pieces here. So we have the whole manufacturer bundle here. And in the bundle are 32 pieces of fabric in the fat eighth and the fat quarter. Then we have our fat quarter towers, which are the 19 pieces, as well as that half yard tower. The pre-cuts that we have are the jelly roll, layer cake, and charm pack. And then there is a panel that features her super cute animals. Let's take a peek at that. So pretty large. Oh, let me get this the right way here so you can see it. So we'll be able to look at the 4 different images. So we have the foxes and the owl, the bear, and the rabbits. And there is a super cute pattern called Dwellings, featuring all 4 of the panel squares. And it requires the fat eighth bundle, which is why we got in the full fat eighth bundle. For background, it uses solid white or a solid mist. You could use, of course, any fabric that you like. But super cool and super cute. This pattern is $9. And Frank is writing a note for me, which is exciting. He is letting me know that the Bloom pattern from Hope Bloom is $9.95. So we would be able to sell that even tomorrow. So you can write that down, Tammy, so that we can let our customer know. We can just, if you weren't interested in the box kit, we would be able to borrow one or two from box kits while we're waiting for the pattern to come into stock. But of course, you just want all of the fabric so that you can make the whole thing right away. So what is your favorite so far of the fabrics that we're showing you this week? Do you like the classic stylings of Kansas Troubles? Do you like the holiday joy of the Home Sweet Holidays? Do you like the whimsical contemporary stylings of Nocturnal by Gingerbread? Which do you like? So I don't know if you saw, but yesterday I was busy buying all sorts of fabric. So past few weeks we've had different fabric reps coming in and showing us different things, and even looking at Christmas fabric for 2022. It's so crazy because, you know, we haven't even gone through or haven't finished all of our Christmas sewing yet. Maybe we haven't even started our Christmas sewing. So I thought, you know, in honor of our Christmas sewing, we had to share with you another Christmas project. So this particular project is a Fat Eighth friendly project featuring a pattern from Doug Lako's Table-tastic 2 book. So the Table-tastic 2 book, that one is the Table-tastic book that's spiral bound with the silver spiral. He's so brilliant that Table-tastic 1 has the white spiral and this one has the silver so that you can easily spot them and tell them apart. Heidi brought it to my attention that we haven't made anything yet. So we've just been featuring some of his photos and we thought we would go ahead and make it. So we chose some of the Marion Bright by me and my sister's designs. We made up this little fun table topper here, or wall hanging. Let's take a peek at it overhead. So it almost fits in to the top here, and you can see that we have the 5 stars for connectors. And what we did here to make best use of our Fat Eighth pack was we had a scrappy binding so that we could just optimize the use of our fabric. So you can see here, this was not new showing you this month, but we definitely still have some available for you. So we left out the cute snowmen so that you could do something like make some tags, include them on your back, but we didn't think he would cut up that well. So we used for our stars, we used those guys and the trees and the dots. So these were the 4 that we used for all 5 of our star blocks. We used the wreaths for our diamond sashing, and we used the stripe and the plaid with dots in it for our binding that we did on the straight cut. And then we had this left over. We added in three-quarters of a yard of background and a yard for backing. If you wanted to piece in your cute little snowmen, you would have just a little bit less to add. And I'm just going to show you here. So this is from page 59 of Doug's book. And this is shown here in Hustle and Bustle, which we featured earlier in the year, as well as a non-holiday fabric line there. And let me show it to you a little bit better higher up. coming out here. Can we see? All right. And in case if you're not familiar with this, this is the Table-tastic 2 book from Doug Lako. We have it available in store. Let me just get the glare off of it here. Okay. And it features 20 patterns, table runners, and more. It is $24. Excellent, excellent book. Lots of inspiration in it. This particular one, as a repeat, this is Buckingham Table Topper from Table-tastic 2. It finishes 24.5 square. So I promised you we were going to have lots and lots of inspiration. And this one here, because we wanted to show you how quick and fun and simple this could be, Heidi went ahead and she quilted this just on the domestic machine. We didn't send it off to Angie because it's a nice and small piece here. And what she did for quilting was very, very simple. She did a tic-tac-toe, okay, where she ditched those. And then she did sort of an X here. She did an X, and then X'd the other part of the block. All right, so, you know, you can do something super fancy quilting it. You can put feathers in it. You can free motion snowflakes. You can do squiggles. You can do all sorts of really fun things. But, you know, for making something from the heart, there is nothing wrong with simply stitching in the ditch to complete your project and have a wonderful gift to give or a fun decoration for your holiday home. Any questions on the table runner here, or the table topper? Okay, so Tammy says no questions right now. So how many projects do you have left for your holiday sewing? I think that's going to be our poll question that we have today. So if you enter into the poll by letting us know how much more holiday sewing you have left, you'll be entered to win an exciting prize from our prize bin. The question is, or it's a poll question. Poll question, how many projects do you have left to finish for the holiday sewing? So Frank has 5 projects left to sew.
How many that I'm actually going to get done?
And Tammy wants to know, is it how many am I actually going to get done, or how many do I really going to get done? And you know, there is no judgment. So just let us know where you are, and if you are done, let us know what you've all made, because we would love to know that. So I have been talking a lot. I think it's time to look at some of the amazing show and tell that you have been sharing with us in our patchwork party. And if you aren't already a member of our patchwork party, I invite you to go ahead and join. It's a great way to be able to share lots of show and tell pictures with each other. So let's take a peek at what you have to look at, what you have shared with us over the past month. So this first one here is a super cute panel quilt that Pam quilted up. Super, super cute. Thanks for sharing, Pam. Robin had been working on this ABC Kim Schaefer panel, and she put some really cute sashing in between where she pieced those super, super cute little squares. Great job. Next up, we have Mary. She sent this to us. She had made a Sudoku quilt. So a Sudoku quilt is where you have 9 different fabrics and you play the Sudoku game as you put it together. So that's always fun and one of my favorite ways to actually piece a quilt when I'm making something. I like to make sure that I don't have repeats going horizontally, vertically in my 9 patch. Robin sent in a beautiful table topper. So she used the June Taylor Quilt As You Go pre-printed batting and made a super fun tabletop. I had shown you how to make a playmat from that earlier in the year, and she has just gone to town making all sorts of these. And just a reminder, if you really like this concept, we do have the pre-printed battings in stock, ready to go, and it only takes 2 fat 1/8 packs plus binding and a backing to make your either tree skirt or circle table topper. Sue is ready for her next barbecue party. So this was a panel, an apron panel that came and went and was super awesome. I think we have 1 or 2 other apron panels in the store of different stylings, which are really great. And so it just takes, you can either just turn the edge under, or you could pair it with an extra yard of fabric to make it reversible. And that's just a really fun thing. Linda has been playing with this songbook panel. So we have the songbook panels back in stock, and she has made them into individual wall hangings, and we're sharing one of them with you. And she's simply framing them with the fat 1/8 pack that she had. And if you don't have a fat 1/8 pack, well, you can just get some yardage available in the store to go along with it. We have the large multi-color panel as well as the small multicolor and indigo panels available, which have just really nice sayings and sentiments. And you'll be happy to know that we do have the Fancy That Design House Christmas line on order for the 2022 season. Patty finished her Batman quilt. It was so fun to see her put that together, and I just love, love, love how she used her quilting to feature that bat signal. So great job there. A+ for creativity on that Batman project. Sally has been working on placemats, getting her house ready for the holiday season. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing, Sally. Kathy made this super cute Santa quilt that is a Primitive Gatherings Santa in the Pines kit. Super, super cute. Joelle made this gorgeous Cozy Quilt Company pattern with 2.5-inch strips. Super pretty, super vibrant. It's great to see it completed. Good job. Diane loves her pillows, and she's ready for Turkey Day with her Tom the Turkey pillow. Great job on your pillow. Carol is ready for decking out her house this season with her gorgeous table runners. Beautiful job. Annalise went ahead and made a Quilt As You Go beautiful strip table runner. And Holly made a table runner, and this one is from Terrytown, from a book that we have in the store. It's beautiful. Great job, Holly. And Chris, she had made this gorgeous table runner. Betsy always sends us great stylized photos here, Instagram worthy. And this is a fun spider web quilt. Great job. Diane made some Jacquard Quilt As You Go table placemats. So her house is ready to go, and she used the Patchworks 2.5-inch strip, little 20 strip set. We still have some available, and projects go together super quick. And Carol just got her, my favorite color is Moda back from Angie, and she is ready to trim it up and bind it. And I just love, so Carol went ahead and built her own fabric selection, and it's so, so pretty. So the Santa in the Pines pattern was not available as a standalone pattern, which is super sad. And I had pleaded that it was available as a separate pattern, but it was only available in the kit. So unfortunately, we are not able to get you the Santa in the Pines, but it's super cute. And I still had to show you that really awesome quilt that Kathy made. All right, so a little bit more to show you. So we had talked about the contemporary fabric of Terrytown from Ruby Star Society, and we received some of the bolts in. So let's take a peek at those. So let's look overhead at some of the beautiful fabrics here that we have from Terrytown. Let's scoot this over here. So we have our fat 1/8 pack with 8 of them. And then we also have the Lucky Dice. And so this particular fabric collection was designed by Kimberly Kite. It's called Terrytown. And you have the super cute little turtles in the selvage. Super, super cute. It's almost like you need to buy this fabric just for the selvages. I mean, of course, the fabric's pretty exciting, but you need to make sure you get a yard so that you get the whole selvage. What do you think? I think that's a good plan. So we do have, before I take that away, we do have the half-yard bundle of the whole line, and that has the beautiful gold tag in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25 half yards. Frank's laughing at me. Because it says right here 25, that's why he's laughing at me. You know, they're both thinking that. And then I also have to share with you Grow, which we don't have any yardage right now. This is a collaborative collection, 29 cuts. And there is a fun downloadable food jar quilt pattern on the Moda website. And whenever you get the manufacturer pre-cut of the Ruby Star, you get their super cool ribbon as well as this nice cardboard face and the tag. I know some of you collect the tags and the boards. There may be 1 or 2 of you that have decorated your entire wall with tiles of this, and I'd be more than happy to provide you with a few more tiles for your wall if you need. So before I do any drawings, because you know we do have to do our trivia drawing from last week because I never did a video. So you know, Tammy wasn't here. She had very important things to do, and so she's like, don't throw me under the bus. No, I'm not. I'm just letting her know how important she is to the whole process. So she helped get everybody's names together so that we could do a drawing tonight for that. And I know a lot of you are super anxious and excited about what we're doing next year. So we are going to have a whole club program next week, Tuesday, to share all of the different club programs that we are going to be offering for 2022 so that you know all in one program, what's happening. We're super excited as we're formulating that. You're going to have both pay by month as well as pay by year options in our different offerings. So that's super exciting, and you're going to want to make sure to tune in on our Tuesday program. So that can be at 7 o'clock. It's at 7 o'clock. Pin me down to a time. 7 o'clock. All right. Let's do a drawing for last week's trivia. Dun, 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 dun. So we already talked about the buffalo check, right? Ooh, why is it a buffalo check? And so we talked about that when we were talking about the home sweet holidays. And one lucky person is getting the Create pin in the gorgeous velvet pouch. Thank you to everybody who plays along with our trivia. Congratulations, Laura Krasinski. You win a Create pin. Yay! And then, oh, we have a leaf template. This is very appropriate because of the bloom pattern that we shared from Hope Blooms. So this is a Moda applique template. It works with a 2.5-inch strip. Could work with anything else. It's not the same size from the pattern, but you know, you can never have enough leaf-shaped templates. The question that we asked was, what is the name of my favorite Quilt As You Go table runner? And what is that? It is the Venice Table Runner. Woot woot. And we do have those back in stock. They are available in store and the website. You would absolutely be able to finish 1, 2, maybe 5 before Thanksgiving. So, you know, go ahead and you can go ahead and finish that. And congratulations to Ginny. You won the leaf template. Congratulations. Anybody have any questions for me today? Frank, I'm going to have you put back up the beautiful Home Sweet Holiday quilt that we have. So I want you to be able to look at this beautiful quilt that we have that we finished up for you. We have that available. Your pattern will be included in your club packet, and you will be able to purchase kits either by letting us know that you need one or by ordering online a little bit later, or of course stopping in. On a non-Moda note, we did receive our Daydreamer fabric in. Super exciting. So that's online and in store. So you can check that out. We're also getting in a bunch of, we have a few St. Patrick's Day in, some Valentine. We are getting more St. Patrick's Day and Easter fabrics if you'd like to make lots of holiday different things. And for our show and tell winner today, you're going to have 2 different fun prizes. So you're going to get a 4.5-inch square ruler and a sample set of magic pins. Think lucky, and you always want to make sure that you put in for show and tell. Congratulations to Carol Kasperzak. Yay! Lots of great show and tell that we've seen today. I want to make sure that you tune in next Tuesday to find out all about our 2022 club offerings. Let us know if you have any questions along the way. We do go through and answer questions that we may not have been able to answer during our presentation.
Oh, when is Oracle Club this month?
When is Aura Fill Club this month? That is a very good question. So it's supposed to be next week, Thursday. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be eating turkey. So we will have it recorded and available next week. So there will be a second, so there'll be 2 videos from me next week, okay? And I'm not quite sure when. I know you need to know when. I don't know when my videographers may or may not be available, or if it's just going to be me going rogue. You just never know. So, but club materials for that will be available no matter what happens with a video. The materials will be available on Friday, just like normal. So our holiday schedule, we are closed for Thanksgiving. We are open the day after Thanksgiving on Friday and Saturday, just like normal. So we're only closed on Thursday. So Wednesday hours, so Tuesday and Wednesday still open, 9:30 to 5:30, just like normal. Friday, 9:30 to 5:30. We'll let you sleep. We're not going to have any doorbusters at 5 a.m. or anything crazy like that. But of course, we'll have just all sorts of beautiful fabric for you to purchase or look at along the way. And then on Saturday, we also will be open at regular hours, 9 to 4. I'd like you to thank you for tuning in today. Happy quilting, and we'll see you soon.